Hi friends, let's start from the basics of Tkinter window and we'll learn about all this GUI and the advanced concept of this. We'll start from the very basics, step by step we'll move, understanding all the widgets, how the windows are created, how it will be integrated with the different other libraries of Python, like let's connect to the database also and display the records, manipulate the records, all these stuffs will run, but we will start from the basics. Let's start. But before we move, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we are adding new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Please share this video with your friends also. Let's start the script. After installation, let's start our Tkinter window. A very simple basic window will open. We are importing, import Tkinter as tk. Don't use star because we are not going to use all the components. So let's use as tk. Now my underscore w. This is my name I am giving to my parent window. Usually you will find as root as that as the parent window name, but you can use whatever name you like it. So most of the example I am using my underscore w, that is my parent window. So we are continuing with that. So this is the way I have declared my parent window. Now what happens? The first I have to give a dimension to my window. So my underscore w, what is the geometry? So geometry, what is the width? Let me give it as 600 x 400. That means this is the width is 600, height is 400. This is the dimension of the window it will open. Now let me just one more line I will use. So my underscore w dot main loop. Why I am using this line? We'll see shortly. Now let me save it and run. Let's see our first Tkinter window. Here it is. So this is the width is 600 and height is 400. So now I can close it. Now you see the prompt has come to the normal. So the execution is completed. These 4 lines are code is enough to create that window. But why this line is required? This creates a infinite loop, or it tells that wait for the user interaction. What happens if I don't use this line? Let me just comment this and run this. This opens and closes it, and it is ready for the next one. It's not waiting for me to give the commands on the window. So for that is the purpose I am giving. Now let's say what happens if I'll write a hi command here. Now what happened? This will straight third, fourth line it will execute, and it will wait at the 5th line before the program finishes. So it is a block, it's a wait. So the window remains open. Now let's just see what happens, whether the hi is printed or not. Let's run this. You can see the hi is printed, window is open. The program execution is not completed because it is waiting, because the line number 5 is making it wait for the user inputs to be taken. Now let me close this. Now it is back. What will happen if I remove this hi from here and bring it below this to line number 6? Now what will happen is, now if I run this, the hi will not be printed, but the window will wait for it. Once I close the window, then this hi will be printed here. You just see here. So that is the main purpose of this is the infinite loop. It makes the Python wait for the user interaction. So this is our basic template we will be using throughout our tutorials on this basics of Tkinter. Let's add a title to our window. So my underscore w dot title. Now here I can add a string here, but let me put it like this, the site name. You can add your name also. Let's just see. Here it is. You can see at the top the title appears. Now let's add a label to this window. So for that we'll give a name as lb1, label 1. So this naming you can change it to any other name. We'll maintain because it is the first label. So we are given lb1 tk dot label. So first we should define the window, because we have a one window only, my underscore w, the parent window. It is by default it takes the value, but it is a good practice because once you have multiple windows, you can specify which the widget or whatever you are adding, which window it should go. So now by default all our this widget is label is width is 10. So we are specifying a higher width now. width is 20. Now once you hit, let's height is by default is 1. So we are saying that okay, take 2 lines. So these labels are usually used for printing a message or giving a text to the window, but it is not necessary the text. We can display image also using a label. We'll see that. So now let's give a text also. What it should write? Welcome, or whatever you want, you can write it here. Now what should be my BG or the background? BG background, both I can use, or I can use background or I can use BG. BG equal to, I can specify the text as a light green. So this color, or I can use the hex code also. So I am using a light greens for easy understanding. Now one thing is this font will be a bit slow. Which is a lower side default font. I can increase the font. Let me, for that, what I am going to do is I will declare a list here. I am giving a name as font1. The list is, it contains first the family. The font family, whatever you want to use, the big list is there. Whatever Times, Roman, whatever you want to use it. Size, let me give 22. And it's italic, normal or bold. I am giving normal. You give whatever style you want. So here what I am going to do is, here I am writing it font equal to font1. Directly I can write the list it here also. So font1 I have given now. Now everything is there, all the attributes I have given. Now what happened, it will not be visible because I have to give a placing it on the window. So for that, different layouts are available. We'll start with the grid. So we'll understand the grid first. Then there is a pack. Grid and pack are more popular. So let's start with grid, lb1.grid. Grid is, the window is, imagine it is divided in rows and columns. So it will be values, I have to specify which row, what is the column. I can start with row 0. It is a relative, so I can start with row 1 because it's a one component, it doesn't make much difference. Row 0, now column. Here I am adding column equal to 0. So now it is placed on the grid, but here it will be placed at the left corner. So I will give, what I will do, I will give some gap between the left edge. So pad x. Now what should be, I can give the value. It is the pad x, let me give 100. And similarly from the top edge also, I want to give this label a gap. So pad y. So that also I am giving 100. With all these attributes, let's just see how this looks. Here it is. You can see here, this is pad x, from the left edge some gap, top edge some gap, and this is welcome. Okay. So extra E I have written here. Now let me remove this. So whatever message you want to give, you can place the label and give the message. That's all friends. Hope you have enjoyed these tutorials, and we will also learn how the different attributes of these windows or the different widgets, whatever we are using, and how we will manipulate it, how we will change it based on our requirement. And this handling of these attributes are the key to the development of the application. We'll learn all about this. My request is, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we are adding new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. And if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, use the comment section below to post it. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.